Hello, welcome back to One Day at a Time as we face sobriety, where we're going through each day, every single day this year with daily reflections, reading out this book. It's where it's basically Alcohol Anonymous groups and the 12-step program that's designed and orchestrated by the state and their medical industry. And then also it has daily reflections from one member to another member. We're actually in January 11th, or today is January 11th. And we're going to talk about what the 12-step traditions they say. Only step one, where we made the 100% admission we were powerless over alcohol, can be practiced with absolute perfection. Well, this is where I'm against the state industry and medical field because they mislead you. As in day one, you start out with God. By day 3, you're being misled. By day 5 and 6, you're worshiping the state and the devil occult practicing ways, because the devil is just as spiritual as you're walking through your spiritual awakening. The devil is just as spiritual. And what you're powerless to is that spiritual evil entity that the state cultivates and harbors and protects with their legalities that violates the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And that's what you're fighting, what you're feeling against, because the inalienable rights that was felt back in the 1700s, it's still felt today, but people are being oppressed and suppressed, not able to fulfill it. So let's move on with what one member says to another member. Long before I was able to obtain sobriety in AA, I knew without a doubt that alcohol was killing me. Yet with even this knowledge, I was unable to stop drinking. So when faced with step one, I found it easy to admit that I lacked the power to not drink. But was my life unmanageable? Never. 5 months after coming into AA, I was drinking again and wondered why. Later on, back in AA and smarting from my wounds, I learned that step one is the only step that can be taken 100%, and the only way to take it 100% is to take 100% of the step. That was many 24 hours ago, and I haven't had to take step one again. So I'm really trying not to be here to badger this guy, but seems like he had to push 100%. He had to mention 100% multiple times just to lie to himself, to make himself feel better, because it's a big scheme and a lie, what he's trying to tell everyone. And not that he's in sobriety, because that's what he probably is, but that's where the state took over his will and his power that made him basically oppressed, like I'm speaking about. Also, as he's talked about the alcohol, some people, like when I used to smoke cigarettes, I wasn't afraid to die. So I would smoke, and like people tell me not to smoke, I'm like, okay, but I'm not afraid to die.